I'm Les from Tabletop Tastings, and today I've got Mat Hanson with us from SonOfHan Games. Matt.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. I'm so happy you've agreed to have a chat with us.
Absolutely.
And we had an opportunity to demo one of your games at Gen Con here. Tell us a little bit about that game.
That is Reality Shift. It's the first game I ever signed. It went with Academy Games, and they did an amazing job with it. It's a three-dimensional racing game. You've got plastic cubes that are magnetic with magnetic racers that race all over. You move the cubes to connect the paths to get from start to finish. Yeah, I mean, it was a very quick prototype process. I was very fortunate to be able to kind of make an effective design that carried over, showed the idea. They latched onto it, and I'll never forget the first time I met them at a proto-spiel. One of the guys from Academy said, "Hey, obviously, really cool game, but I have no idea how to make it. Good luck." And then a few months later, he called me up and said, "We figured out how to make it. Give us a call." And then the rest was history.
Yeah,
now
the art for it is fantastic. The game looks great.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and I had nothing to do with the artwork. I have to give all the credit to Academy because they found a guy who's just an absolute sci-fi fanatic and knew how to find that right theme. And it's got this really cool brush steel, neon lighting, Tron-esque sort of vibe to it. And they just did a fantastic job.
So, and was that your first kind of big game? Or?
That was my first game. Period.
Your first game. Period.
Well, I take that back. So when I first decided I want to start making games, I took a crack at something that I think most board game designers will know. It was garbage because I didn't know what I was doing, and I learned a lot of lessons. I found an amazing community in Cleveland. I gesture because they're over here in the hall. Who gave me a lot of tips and helped kind of figure out a lot of those things of mechanics and balancing and downtime and engagement and all that kind of stuff. And I scrapped it. I may bring it back one day, but that was sort of lesson learned. And I always had the idea for what became Reality Shift in my head. I figured out how to make it. And like I said, once I had the prototype, it took off pretty quick.
That's awesome. And I understand you're working on a new game right now.
Yeah. So right at the moment, Inside Up is promoting a new game that they're going to be launching very soon. I don't know the exact date, and they're kind of working out the details, but definitely before the end of this year. It's called Ice and Idols. It's a sequel to their game Block and Key. So
I played Block and Key.
So Block and Key, you're those explorers sort of going through the temple. Now you're going deeper down into the temple, and you're finding these relics that maybe are alien, maybe not, and sort of watching the effects take place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If people want to learn more about your new project, where can they go for information on that?
They can go to InsideUpGames.com. I mean, they're promoting it on their header banner. There's a Kickstarter right now where you can click to be notified. Like I said, it's not yet up yet, but it will be very soon.
Fantastic. And then this is Tabletop Tastings, where we pair whiskey with board games. I've got to ask, what's your go-to whiskey or bourbon?
My go-to is a Scotch. It's not what I think the purists would agree with, because it's a blend, and blends usually cover up the impurities.
There are some amazing blends out there.
So anyway, it's Monkey Shoulder, just because it is the smoothest, tastiest. Anytime breaks that out, I'm having a glass of that.
And it's called Bucky Shoulder?
Monkey Shoulder.
Oh, Monkey Shoulder.
So I remember when it came out, I got the very first bottle when this company launched it, and the name comes from back in the day when they would make it by hand. They would stir it and they would carry it, and from that action you develop a little case of Monkey Shoulder. Okay. So their first batch was all like handmade, small batch. I think now they're ramping up production a little bit, so it's not quite that, but it tastes exactly the same as day one.
Amazing. So we're definitely going to try that out, because that sounds awesome. And then what's next? What's after your Kickstarter launches? Do you have anything else in the pipe?
So I came to Gen Con with 3 games. I currently have 1 left. One went with a publisher who gave me a soft signing. Basically, they think it's on its way, but 100% there. So versus just saying, okay, we'll take it right now, they'll say, help us carry it the rest of the way across the finish line. If we get there, great. If not, you take it back, and we part ways. But it seems like it'll get there, so fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
And then another game with a publisher who seems very interested, and again, that just happened this morning. And then
Congrats, man.
Thank you. I mean, it happens a lot where they're interested, they take it, they try it, you give it back. It's par for the course. And then I got a party game that is still being shopped around. A few interested parties, but no snags yet. And I refuse to develop anything else until I either put these to bed or I just stash them on the shelf, because I just need one way or the other. And I've got ideas floating in my head that okay, I'll clear that off. Once it's off my plate, then I'll get back onto new stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today.
Thanks.
Super excited to actually have you demo your game
that was
for
great.
us as well. That was awesome. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what you've got coming out next.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. My name is Les. I've been interviewing Mat Hanson from SonOfHan
You got it.
Games. Thank you so much, Matt, for taking the time to talk to us. Thank you.
Cool. It almost tasted like pineapple. Okay. but not like, drink vodka. It's just like had that note on the end of it. I've never had anything like that.
Okay. It's the amber.